This is a new area that we developed on the farm. It's about 1.5 hectares that we intend to be market garden. We're going to have flail mulch, integrated, cover cropped, and it's good, and we're cruising through our big wet, and our kitchen garden will produce enough food for what we need. Our excess will go to the market, and we just decided not to beat ourselves up this season. You know, December, January, February are tough in the rain, and we just recognize it's our tough time, and we've dropped back to what we can grow well. And this year we've rolled into 2 all-weather gardens. What we've done is our market garden is currently, 800 meters from our main operational center, and I estimate that we're losing about 30 to 40 minutes a day just walking back and forth. Plus we're harvesting down there, and then we're putting goods in the back of the truck. They're getting cooked. They're not as fresh as they can be. The goal was, right now I've got 50 meters between me and the hive. We've got eyeballs here every day. We've taken a hillside that sloped down, and we've terraced it off into 2 sections. And each of these sections gives us combined about 1.5 hectares of land. We then, after scraping and clearing all the topsoil off this, leveling it down, we mixed the topsoil that was here. We just used our silt from our dam, soil that we picked up in different parts of the farm, and the soil that we scraped off of here, and we put it all together. What I'm doing right now is terminating the first cover crop that we grew here. What we grew was amaranth, sun hemp, sorghum, sunflowers, corn, a mixture of crops to give us the biomass we wanted, deep tap roots that we wanted to come down in the soil. And the end result is, now that I'm flail mulching it, what we're left with, if you pan down here and look down, is we've terminated. This is a combination of about 8 or 9 different things that we're growing in here in a mixture. We've terminated this. This is going to brown off. All this right now is too much nitrogen in this. We want it to brown off. We want to basically, we're producing our own compost in a way. Rather, since we haven't planted here and there hasn't been organic life growing in here, we needed to start it. So we used something that we knew could take hold, and that we were going to just integrate back into the soil. So we've grown it, the roots have gone down, they've come in here, they brought biology, they brought everything that we want back in this. We terminated off now. I got a nice mat here. We'll come through with a power harrow and we'll integrate it. This was held back until we got it dry. It hasn't rained for the last 3 days. It's dry enough. We're able to terminate it really well. We're racing to get this done before the end of the week. We're taking 2 weeks off for Christmas. So the goal is, as of today, this is the last section of the farm that isn't seeded yet, and every single piece of bare ground that we have has been planted out. And at that point, we're pretty much moving through the next 3 months of rain, harvesting what we need to, weeding what we need to do, but we won't be breaking earth again. This is meant to be an all-weather garden. We engineered it to drain. We'll see how well we did with time. Some sections we found a spring in the middle of it when we built it. So we have a spring that's come up on the end over here. So you'll see us manage that a little different. It's exciting because what we've done is we've moved our entire market garden about 800 meters closer to our operational center. We keep our market garden. We've done a ton of work for handling the rainy season or the big wet down there. But we've lost our topsoil in our market garden because it's too low and it floods out. So this year the goal was, we're not growing down there unless it's a perennial and it's in the ground. It's going to be in the whole time, like cassava or taro or anything that's going to work well in that wet. Down there's a lot of pumpkin down there right now. And then we've cover cropped all the sections. This year the goal was to grow in it and build root matter and see if we can get the roots to hold the soil, which we've lost in the past 2 years from rains and flooding. We've actually had to rebuild that garden up. And we recognize that historical market garden we have is working better as a winter garden. We have a dry winter, it's great soil down there. When it's dry and it drains, we need enough time to drain. what kind of things we have coming up in here. Amaranth back there. The corn didn't do very well, it didn't come up, but if you come over to our other side, over here, this is a slope. And we knew we built these terraces and we got some pretty steep slopes. There's another terrace like this one down there. So what we've done is we planted sunflowers and perennials on the hill that we want to permanently hold the hill. And ultimately we'll build a perennial garden along this slope. This is a future all-weather garden. And behind a homestead, we have our current all-weather garden. We've got a slope on the side, on the north slope, that we built a food forest, which is another all-weather garden. Following on the principles of the food forest that we've built, that we've done a lot of footage of, which is heavy tree. And now we have one that's going to have a lot lower stratas and a lot more annuals growing in it, but we're tapping into the north slope. So, pretty exciting. I need to get through and finish terminating this out.